You are with 1700 with Demi and Frazer.
And today we had Nathan Foley on the program. We spoke to him a little bit earlier. He's actually returned back to the Australian music scene alive, which is amazing. And we talked all things music, and we talked about his upcoming album, Hurricane. Here's a little bit of what he had to say earlier. Okay, and today we are with Nathan Foley, who has returned to the music scene with a cheeky little new single. And some of you might remember him from the original cast of High Five. So today we are with Nathan Foley. Say hi. Hello.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Cool. You're with Demi and Frazer.
Hey, Demi and Frazer. I'm in my car, so I've got the most beautiful backdrop, isn't it?
It's lovely.
You are totally fine. I'm going to throw right into our first question because the main thing we want to know is, how does it feel to be back? It's been quite a while since Australia's had heard from you, really. But how does it feel to just be back with this single in hand, kind of ready to share it all?
Well, it's weird to me because I actually never left. I think it's just because I haven't been prominently on TV every day, but this year for me marks 30 years in the industry.
Wow.
And obviously 10 years of that was with High Five. But yeah, I started gigging when I was 10 years old. And after I finished with High Five, which is now 12 years ago, I never stopped. I still kept doing my solo shows and rocking it out, not just in Australia, but also internationally. So it's kind of, to me, it's kind of like I never stopped or gave up. But it was funny, a few days ago, I went to the shops and this girl approached me to get a photo. And she says, "Where have you been?" She said, "I thought you died." I'm like, "What?" I said, "No, I haven't died or anything." But obviously when you're a 5-year-old watching a kid's show, you think that the adults on TV are like ancient or much older than you. But when I look back on it, I was only 10, 15 years older than the actual people, the fans watching the show. So I'm not that old, but I'm like, okay, no, I was still alive. I haven't given up. And yeah, I've never been out of work, touch wood, since I was 10 years old. So yeah, but so I guess it's just more of an awakening, getting my original music out and getting that shown to the world, which I haven't written for a long time. So
Congratulations to 30 years in the industry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thank you.
Not many can say that they've done.
It's actually incredible.
No, well, still going, still trying to, still growing, still learning, and again, new experiences. So it's been a great experience. 30 years of it, and hopefully another 30 or 40 maybe.
And you touched on original music before, so today we're talking all things She-Devil. So I want to sort of know how this song came to be. So could you tell us a bit about that?
Well, technically about just before COVID-19, I acquired a manager and a great team behind me, and they approached me and they said, "Look, we want to get you back out there again, but do you write music? Do you have your own originals?" I said, "Well, yeah, I've been writing music since I was 10 years of age, but I hadn't written anything for a good few years." And they kind of gave me a kick up the butt and pretty much said they want to back me and be behind me all the way. So it kind of put me into gear. And when COVID-19 came along, it really inspired me to, well, actually not even just inspired. I think in a way it kind of forced me to be home, to not only spend time with my family, but also get my head down and get into writing again. And I think in the last 5 months, I've written close to 3 albums worth of music.
Oh, really?
So that's just insane. And She-Devil was one of the first. And I think I wrote that within an hour. Bizarre enough, but yeah, I wanted to write a cheeky little song for people that have actually dealt with a he or a she-devil in their life, whether it be girlfriend, boyfriend, friendships, whatever. So no one was writing about it, so I thought, what the hell, I'll do it myself.
Lovely.
So with the single and the upcoming album Hurricane, most of the song, have you got any songs from when you wrote them when you were like 10 years old, or is it pretty more recent stuff that you've been writing for that album?
All recent. If I pulled out songs from when I was 10, I probably would have been writing about the environment about my friends in primary school. So I don't think that would be very sellable. But no, a lot of the tracks, what I used to write back, say, 10 years ago is different to what I'd write a year ago and different to what I'd write now. The writing style that I'm doing now is a very mixed genre from rock, pop, soul, and it's got lyrically, it's very, very cheeky. Obviously, the old High Five fans would go, "What is he writing about? Oh my God, I don't believe he's writing about that." But it's more adult, it's more cheeky, it's more up to date. It's just putting myself out there as the real Nathan Foley. Obviously, when you're in a kids group, you can't be the real you. You sort of script. You got to follow the script. You got to make sure that it's child friendly. But I don't, this is definitely not child friendly, and I don't really care. I'm going to be myself from now on.
Yeah.
So it's definitely one of those kind of singles and album to follow. Hopefully, in the end of the year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I love that how you say it's not child friendly anymore. Like it's a real release into Nathan Foley. So what kind of sound are we going for? What kind of sound are we going for, Nathan, on this album?
Oh man, seriously, I've done the first 3 tracks, and obviously I'm just waiting for that bubble to open up because I recorded the first 3 tracks over in New Zealand at Neil Finn's studio from Crowded House. So it's actually his house. He lives upstairs, and also Studio Box Creative. So I've sort of split between the 2 places in NZ. So as soon as that bubble opens up, I'll be able to fly back over, finish the album, and the style is pretty much. Yeah, it's a mixture of dance, rock, pop. Obviously, it's got synth sounds through it. It's got programming, but it's very live with live drums, live electric guitars, soulful ballads with BVs and choirs. It's going to be insane. It's definitely called Hurricane for a reason. From beginning to end, the album is definitely a hurricane. I can't wait to share it with you guys. It's going to be full on.
Was that also the vibe in the studio as well? Because even though you've only just started and slowly kind of getting everything sorted, but that kind of hurricane feeling where it's like kind of a contained storm, is that what it felt like to kind of get back into the studio, do your thing, and kind of whatever you're creating is for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely more personal. And I think the older that I've gotten in my life, and especially within my career, I'm a lot more comfortable within my skin. I'm happy than I've ever been. And, obviously I've got a beautiful wife now and a little 6-month-old baby. So, it's just absolutely a beautiful time of my life. And obviously I want to write about things, not only from my past, but also my present and get that message out there. I mean, it's just... Yeah, it's just a really cool album, and I can't wait to finish it off. But all the tracks have been written, but lyrically it's very, very personal.
Oh, lovely. And I just sort of want to know, given that you've been in the industry for so long now, Nathan, what are sort of the key lessons you've learnt throughout that whole time? Or has it been sort of at this stage of life you realise this, and then now you're realising more things? What's sort of been the key lessons here?
I think, I guess for anybody that's obviously getting into the entertainment industry or wants to become a singer or musician or dancer or TV presenter, whatever, the lessons that I've learned is that I've never ever been driven by money or fame. Right. That's never been one of the things that have driven me. It's all been about the passion for doing what I do. I love what I do. I love getting out there and performing to live audiences. But I think a lot of the TV shows these days, and a lot of reality TV shows for that matter, they try to encourage a lot of the youth and the young people that want to get into the industry that fame is first and foremost, when honestly it's about learning your craft. And I can honestly say after 30 years of being in the industry, I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and things will grow. What I feel this year might be totally different to next year, vocally, entertainment wise. I mean, you just got to keep learning and have a good attitude. You got to be nice to everybody, respect everybody that you work with, no matter what they do. If their job is higher than yours or lower than yours, it does not matter. My team are fully behind me, and they've all got different areas of what I do, and what they do I can't do, or what I do they can't do. So, a team makes a massive difference. But yeah, in all honesty, I think that having a good attitude and doing it only for passion and love is definitely the lesson that I've learned.
I reckon you're preaching to the choir with that one. So many young artists who kind of want to follow maybe a similar path to you or completely different. That advice is perfect for anyone who's willing to get into the industry. But I want to throw it to the music video, because I took a look of it earlier on. Frazer, probably you've done the same. How did you do that in isolation?
I lost 4 kilos in the process, and honestly, I had to borrow my. They actually gave it to me, and I borrowed my parents' treadmill. They drove it up to my house during COVID, so they came on with masks, walked into my house, put the thing down. I had this little room at the back which had to clear the furniture. I used my own DSLR camera, focused it, used my own little cheap-ass lighting that I had there. And a panel of people from Cosmic Films over in NZ, they watched me through my phone, directed and produced it as we went. And I had no idea. I mean, originally I was going to be flying to New Auckland to film it with the whole crew and cast members, and had this really crazy idea to put a clip together. But it all ended up cool. They dragged me out of my lounge room, cut me out like a picture, and put me into this clip. The dancer in it, Brittany, I've never met her before. But it looks like we're dancing together. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way it's all turned out. It's very simple, but it's very effective. And it's very kind of 80s and 90s feel, which is exactly what I wanted to go for to go with the song.
Wow.
That's definitely what I took from it. Very much Take On Me sort of feeling with the paper and the scribbles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I miss that. I mean, I don't want to, you know, maybe I'm old school, but I don't want to put on a music video and just see, you know, tits and ass flying around all the time. I want to be able to see something really cool, and it's about the music. And that's what I'm trying to pursue with my music. I want it to be about just the music. And obviously my clip was very simple, but it showed dancing, it showed the singing, and it also showed the musicianship with me playing electric guitar through it as well. So it was simple, but I was really happy with the outcome.
Wow, I thought the video was really resourceful. I didn't realize that was the case. It looked very professional. I thought you just managed to get like a small studio and you had like a very limited crew. So like, good on you for that. That's incredible.
No, man, if you saw my back room, you'd go, oh my God, that's like a major achievement. So, but there is actually on my YouTube channel, there's the making of.
Oh God, yes, please.
Which is really, really cool that like the team show you exactly what they did, and they put so much work into it. It was incredible. But yeah, if you get a chance, if anyone out there gets a chance, just have a look at my YouTube channel. It's a making of She Devil as well as the actual clip itself.
Lovely. Just a bit of a random question I we're going to throw to is, do you still keep in contact with some of the other original High Five members?
On and off. Like, we don't really talk to each other all the time. I mean, I've caught up with Tim a couple of times. Kathleen and Tim were actually at my wedding last year. But yeah, it's just we live in different states, and obviously we work together so closely every year from, you know, for some of us for 8 years and a few of us for 10 years. So when you're working with someone every day for 10 years, you kind of end up, you know, dispersing and going out and doing your own thing anyway. But obviously when the whole talk of the High Five reunion, due to my lack of stupidity, you know, due to my stupidity, writing it up on my Instagram page that day, I got inundated with TV and radio calls asking whether there's going to be a reunion. So I actually wrote to the guys on my Facebook and I said, just apologies, I stupidly posted something of us from back in the day, and you may get a call asking if there's a reunion, but it's never bloody stopped. They kept bugging me till now. So when's this reunion? I said, I didn't say there was going to be a bloody reunion. I said it's going to, you know, would anybody go to it if it was ever possible? But yeah, in answer to your question, not a lot of the time we stay in contact, and it's no reason for it. It's just that we're so busy within our own lives, with our own families and our own careers.
Yeah, exactly. And along with that, more recent, you went on The Voice a few years back, right?
Ooh.
Last year.
Wow.
Yeah, last year.
Last year. I swear time. How was
time
it?
Flies. Yeah, it was okay. I did. Once again, I'm not a massive reality TV fan, but for a few years they contacted me asking me to do it, and I'm like, I don't know, like it's not my thing. Like there's only one reason I go into it. I don't care about winning side of stuff. It's not my thing. But if I ever did it, I'd do it just to get a bit of publicity. And honestly, what spawned me to do it and what twisted my arm in the end is that exact thing. What I told you earlier is that girl saying, oh, you know, I thought you were dead. I'm like, okay, well maybe this is the way to give them that wake up call to go, hey, public announcement, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I did it. And look, it's proven to be quite cool because a lot of the fans that were given that sort of alarm clock to say, hey, Nathan Foley's still living and still passionate about his work, it's kind of carried on through onto She Devil and obviously the upcoming album, because I've been inundated and with messages of support, which has been fantastic. And obviously my Spotify numbers have gone up, and you know, I joined TikTok 2 weeks ago. It's gone absolutely ridiculous. So it's been good to get out there again and just say that I'm still here and still want to keep going, and just to showcase my original work, which has been amazing.
That's incredible. You really need to give Demi and I some lessons in TikTok, because we had a little bit of a challenge to sort of get ourselves into it by the next episode that we're doing. So we're going to have to get some lessons from you, Nathan.
Oh man, I have no idea. My management team look after all that. They just tell me they point and shoot. They just say, hey, send us this video and we'll post it for you. I'm like, okay. So it's all new to me.
Yeah, with High Five, when you were back there, do you feel like that whole experience has sculpted your voice or your music at all? Do you think that's influenced you?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. I mean, I was singing professionally for 8 years before High Five came along. I think what I gained out of doing High Five for 10 years, it wasn't a vocal thing to me. It was more like a stamina thing. Right. Being able to work long hours, get up early in the mornings. You know, we film for 7 months of the year and toured for 4 months of the year. So I think it's really gave me a stamina and gave me that that drive to keep going physically. Obviously, I try to look after myself the best way I can, even though I love a good Dorito now and again. But it's just my energy levels. I think that's just spawned that on. But vocally, I think I've been listening to a lot of great artists since I was 5 years old, and that's been my learning curve. I've never had any singing lessons or guitar or piano lessons. I've taught myself just by listening to other artists. So I think the best thing I got out of High Five was obviously, just my stamina, being able to keep going under pressure and especially when I'm tired.
Yeah.
And once restrictions lift, whichever state you're in or want to tour, do you reckon you probably will, enough energy to get out there, get touring, do all the live shows you can? How excited are you for all of that part to be happening once restrictions lift?
Yeah.
I think I can speak on behalf of all entertainers out there. We're really missing having that live audience in front of us. I mean, social media has been a great tool for us to get out there and just, do our little odd song here and there. But having a live audience in front of you, giving you that instant energy is definitely something that I miss. And once the album's all finished, hopefully at the end of this year, I'll definitely be, pushing for an Australia and New Zealand tour to start, and then obviously venture out after that. But I guess it all depends on how well She Devil goes. Yeah. Even though I've been in the industry for 30 years, it's all new beginnings for a lot of people out there. They still, guess in a way, typecast me as that kids entertainer, which I never really was. I think I've always been an adult music entertainer within a kids show. So it's just about, getting out there, showcasing what I can do, showing them my songs and going, hey, this is me. And then, one person at a time. It's just getting the message out there and then showing them the different me. And I guess once that all happens, then definitely things will start looking up. But Australia is very hard. It's a lot different to any other country in the world. I mean, Australia, it's more about the tall poppy thing, and sometimes you have to go overseas to make it big in Australia. It's a weird concept, but Kylie Minogue was one of them. She struggled, and same thing happened with her. I mean, I don't particularly want to have to go overseas to do it, but who knows what the future holds? Keep my fingers crossed for this release and obviously the album, and see where it ends up.
And where can our viewers, Nathan, find more about you in the in the lead up to Hurricane? What are your socials?
Well, anyone, you can go to nathanfoley.com, and I think there's a link to all my social pages on there, and obviously YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all that. But and Spotify, all my music's there, and iTunes and Apple Music, all my music's there ready to go. But just nathanfoley.com, and you can find me there. And look, I try to write back to everybody if they send me a message on Instagram. So I'm quite open and chat to everybody I can. But that's where they can find me.
Perfect. But we wish you the absolute best with everything.
Look, I appreciate your support, guys.
But any other questions? Any other questions from you, Nathan?
No. I just thank you for the chat and the support. It means a lot to me.
Lovely.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks so much for that, Nathan Foley. So we'll put your socials on your video so everyone can see it and jump on that link to you.
No worries. And look, if you're on Instagram, tag me in a story if you want, and I can just copy it over to mine as well.
Lovely. Okay. Well, that's all we have time for then, Nathan. So we'll say goodbye from here, but all the best with everything, especially the upcoming album, Hurricane. Catch you later.
No worries. Hopefully we can have a chat later in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Come back. Please come back. Yeah,
no worries.
It'll be great.
No worries.
Lovely. Catch you later, Nathan.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Nathan Foley chatting with us all about his brand new single, She Devil. Make sure you check it out on all streaming services.
And make sure you check out the link below to all of his socials. This has been Frazer.
And Demi, signing off.